Welcome back. Our next guests are bringing streetwear with a purpose here in the Bronx. One by One NYC is a clothing brand created by individuals who not only have a passion for fashion, but who also have a passion for igniting change. Joining us now to share more are two out of four co founders of One by One NYC, John Flores and Edgar Cecilio. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining us, gentlemen.
Hello, hello. Thank you.
Hi. Thank you, Sonyi. Thank you, everybody, for having us. We appreciate this opportunity.
Of course. It's a pleasure having you guys. So, we're here to learn
Yeah.
about your brand one by one. Can you tell us about it and your mission?
Sure,
Yeah.
sure.
So basically, One by One is a streetwear clothing brand
Mhm.
where their mission is to give back to the community.
Right.
And John, do you want to add on to that, bro?
Yeah. We basically just wanted to create our own brand. As we all know, like streetwear and fashion is a huge part of our culture down here in the Bronx. It's a huge part of our influence about who we are and our identity.
Mhm.
So we just wanted to spread our own influence and spread our own ideas and also give back to our communities, the communities that we love and that we live in.
Yeah. I love that that's part of your mission as a clothing brand. I want to learn a little bit more about you guys. So there's four of you. Right now we only have two of you on the show.
Yeah.
Shout out to the other two guys. But I just want to learn how you all met and when you decided to create this clothing brand together.
So basically, long story short, we all come from the same neighborhood.
Mhm.
We met at our local park, which is St. James. We started to play soccer, and then from that turned into like a huge friendship. And then this whole thing started in high school where we simply my one of our friends that's now the co-founder too made a design. We liked the design and we printed it on a mall and we just thought it was cool. And from there, fast forwarding to college, we all decided we should like turn this into like a business, where we're able to develop our ideas and things that we think that people are gonna like. And at the same time we can find ways how we can give back from that. So that's pretty much how it all came about, and we're just hoping to expand from here.
That's amazing. And I want to add, a lot of times the youth and especially young men in the Bronx are often given this prescribed this negative stereotype, right? That there
Hmm.
can't be entrepreneurship and people are always violent, young guys are always violent. So it's great to hear that you all took, your experiences collectively to create a
Hmm.
brand and be entrepreneurs in this way. So shout out to y'all for that. Um,
Thank you,
why
thank you.
why was it particularly important for you to create a mission driven brand focused on the community in particular?
I'll Can I answer this? But before I do, just shout out to Ruben Solano and Chris Aquino, our other two co-founders. They're a huge part of this brand. Without them, we're a collective of four. So we all move as one. Just shout out to them. Um, and yeah, basically, it was important to create a mission-driven brand for us because, like you said, going back to our last question, we uh, we basically grew up playing soccer. We met at a park. We just became like that group of friends. Going out, doing silly stuff. Sometimes getting into trouble, yes. Uh, but we always, stuck to our roots. We never meant to do any harm to anybody. We always just were trying to be fun, trying to be kids and have fun. So that was a huge part of our influence, a huge part of our identity. But we would also see the community and see that some kids would not be as fortunate as us, or not get into try to have fun or get into trouble, whether it be with the law or whatever the case may be. So we really just grew up around that also, and seeing that, and that also had a huge impact on us. So we really just wanted to give back or try to create change or try to be the change that we want to see in our community, but also just be something different, like be a different brand, to just stand out from other clothing brands. We just wanted to be unique, and while also bringing positivity to our communities.
Hmm. And I'm curious, what does the name One by One symbolize? How did you come up with that?
So basically, it's like a model. We like to think about it, and our model goes like this: One by One is not just a brand; it's a model that signifies success is not done overnight. It's done by reaching goals one by one. So we're trying to sell the idea that in life, we all have our personal goals. We all have goals that we want to reach by a certain due date. However, these goals don't achieve the next day. These goals, in order to achieve these goals, you have to achieve smaller goals so you can get these bigger goals. So that's the idea we want to show to people. That's one by one.
Got
Yeah.
you. And
Yeah.
one thing that you are doing that I think is incredible is your spring cleaning initiative. Can you tell us more about that?
Sure. Our spring cleaning initiative really came about around the idea to try to get people to dispose of their clothing in a more eco-friendly manner. And this is because I personally every year try to cleanse my living space, and I'm sure a lot of other people do. And we
Yes.
usually tend to throw things in the trash. And that, and then I thought of an idea that because I try to donate or get rid of my clothing, whether it be recycling them or reusing them or donating them. So why not try to get other people to do the same thing and be more aware of the cause of throwing away their clothing, or maybe seeing the other side of what their clothing might be. It could have another life after you get rid of it.
That is very true. And I definitely have to do some spring cleaning myself. So now I know
Hmm.
where I can take my used clothing. It's lightly used clothing, right?
Yeah,
It's not
yeah,
like
yeah,
things that you
yeah,
can
yeah. Of
reuse
course,
and donate.
yeah. Hmm.
So let's say somebody's tuning in and they want to find out more. How can they participate and donate to you guys?
So at the moment, we have where you can reach us at social media, which is Instagram at One by One NYC, and from there you can also reach to us through our website where we have a Google Docs list form where if you don't want, like, let's say, shoot us a DM, you can always fill out the form where you fill up your last name, the info needed, so we can go pick up whatever you want to donate to us.
Yeah.
Involving clothing, so we can donate to the right people.
And so far, you've already worked with a few community organizations, right? A few community leaders to gather these donations. I saw you guys at a garden recently.
Hmm.
How is it like building community relationships with people through your brand? How is that going for you guys?
That's been going great. Because people see that we're a small brand trying to make a difference. They want to help us out and sometimes reach out to us and try to help us. But it's also important because we do want to help our community, and it's important to just make friends and make connections and build networks uh, with things such as this. That's why we'd love to and love to come here and be on this channel to spread our message and spread our network even.
Yeah, no, it's great having you guys. As we said in the beginning. So without further
Thank
ado, I
you.
know people are watching and they're like, "Yo, let's see the clothes. Let's see some of the merch that they got going on." So let's talk about two of your pieces and what they represent. We're gonna show them on screen. It's the Lightning long sleeve shirt and the Bodega shirt sleeve. So if you can just tell us a little bit about your pieces.
So basically, this is part our spring collection, which is inspired by the found of money. As you may notice, some of them involve money related, community related. So our very first piece is the long sleeves, which represents the power that we hold as a community.
Mm,
It takes all seeing eyes that can be found in the back of our dollar bill and transform it with the fist. With the transform of the fist and the lightning bolt, it represents strength. So that's the idea we was trying to sell with this piece. And then following with the other two piece, or our last piece, is the bodega one.
right.
Uh, as growing up in the Bronx, you see a bodega almost any corner.
Yeah.
So a bodega definitely holds a meaning. Where we from, where we call home, and we just trying to spread that message of one by one.
Right. So are you guys like in different departments at One by One? So you have four people. Is there an
Yeah,
artist? Like
yeah.
who
Okay.
does what in the team?
Shout out to Ruben Solano, the designer of the tees. These are strictly his design. We of course added our influence, but he really does his thing, designing our logos and stuff. We're also wearing, as you can notice, Edgar and I are wearing. He's wearing a t-shirt. I'm wearing the hoodie. These were part of our debut collection, and they're also available on our website.
Right.
And
Yeah. So
yeah, shout out to Ruin for always putting up for the designs. And also as I would like to say maybe as a team too, that we all put in the ideas, and then that's when Ruin brings in, the actual physical piece.
Gotcha.
That's how pretty much we work.
But yeah, also like me personally, so we all have our own different goals and our own different aspirations personally. We're all also students in university and college right now, majoring in our own thing, trying to do our own professions. Me personally, I'm majoring in finance, so that's why I decided to take charge of the company as part of like the financial manager, and really take care of the books for the company or the brand right now. So our different roles entail to our different like aspirations or our different interests. So really, we created our own opportunities and hopefully inspire other people to do the same thing. If other people don't really give you an opportunity, you can make your own.
Yep, we learned that growing up in the Bronx, right? Thank you guys
for
for your time. So, no, it's really great meeting you. And before we go, how can people follow you and learn more about your brand without further ado?
So at the moment, you can follow us at Instagram, which is One NYC, and also we're in the works of creating content, which we eventually will be called One Talk.
Oh,
so it's in the making. So hopefully you can hear guys from there. And also our website, which is onebynYC.com, www. Of course. And those are the only two places you can reach us.
sounds good. Thank you guys again for joining us. John Flores and Edgar Cecilio are co-founders of One by One. It's been great having you.
Thank you for that pronunciation too.
Very Hispanic, right?
Yeah.
No, thank you both. So again, you can visit onebynYC.com to find out more about this clothing brand based in the Bronx, and follow them on Instagram at onebynYC. That's all for our show today. I'm your host, Sonyi Lopez, wishing you and yours safety and wellness now and always. See you next time.